The caves are known as Buddhist. The highest cave is situated at a height of 1500 feet above sea level. The location of the caves is 45 km from main Mumbai city and 10 km from Borivali railway station. The way to the caves leads through the most beautiful and best natural surroundings of Sanjay Gandhi National Park. The zigzag concrete road is fascinating and one enjoys walking the road with natural surroundings. The atmosphere and scenic beauty is simply enchanting and one is tempted to be in close vicinity of this place, forgetting all the hubs of the Mumbai city. बिसर ना जाए कहीं यादें हमारी.
किसकी? तुम्हारी या इन पत्थरों की या इन खंडरों की? कौन सी कहानी है इन पत्थरों में दबी?
कहानी इतिहास की, कहानी धर्म की, कहानी हमारे प्राचीन कला की.
एक कहानी में रोज ही लिख लो.
तुम्हारी कहानियों को कौन पढ़ेगा? ये कहानी है बरसों पुरानी, एक पहाड़ को खोदकर लिखी गई गौतम बुद्ध और बौद्ध धर्म की दास्तां.
कितना मुश्किल होता होगा एक पहाड़ पर यह बनाना.
कोई भी चीज बनाना मुश्किल ही होता है, बिगाड़ना बहुत आसान.
Yes, recreating such monuments could be impossible.
But restoration, that's possible.
How many people can relate Mumbai to monuments? Not many, I'm sure. पर सच्चाई तो यही है. यहाँ भी इमारतें हैं जो अपनी कहानियाँ बताती है.
कहानी संघर्ष की,
कहानी इतिहास की.
इतिहास में लूटे थे हम, इतिहास को तो ना लूटो. इतनी मुश्किल से ये इमारतें बनी हैं, इनका कदर करना तो सीखो. Do not leave your marks. Let's do our bit. Cannot create, can restore. Do not erase the truth of our lives. मत बिगाड़ो वजूद हमारा, ये अतीत की संस्कृति है. These caves are dated from 1st century BC to 9th century AD. Most of them are the Buddhist viharas, which was meant for their residence, study and meditation. A few chaityas are seen containing rock-cut stupas meant for congregational worship. The large number of viharas obviously prove a well-organized existence of Buddhist monks' establishment, which was also connected with many trade centers such as the ports of Sopara, Kalyan, Nasik, Paitan and Ujjain. Kanheri was a well-flourished university center at that time. The area around Bombay was a part of the Magadh Empire, ruled by the Buddhist emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century BC. The sculptures of the Kanheri caves, Jogeshwari caves and the Mahakali caves date back to this era. But all these precious monuments are under threat. Believe it or not, the local mafias, in collision with politicians and bureaucrats, have moved into these precious sites, threatening and intimidating those who have tried to raise a voice in protest or to protect them. The staff of the Archaeological Survey of India, also known as ASI, which is in charge of these national treasures, have revealed a genuine fear and inability to monitor these sites due to lack of policing power and the capability of the ASI to protect their lives if they try to control the encroachers. The hill on which the Kanheri caves are situated is actually hollow. The entire mountain is a natural freshwater reservoir. Two of Mumbai's rivers originate in the forest around Kanheri. Quick to realize what a valuable source this was, the monks of yore carved an entire monastery onto the hillside. They even seeded this reservoir by carving little ledges into the hillside, which fed rainwater back into the hill. One simply had to scoop little water out of the various troughs carved out of the rock on the way to their daily prayer. Today, this reservoir has been contaminated by the countless plastic waste that tourists heartlessly fling into the same troughs. A visitor to Kanheri today has to contend with many ugly concrete caps placed over all the openings containing water. In any historically conscious nation, even if it is only 200 years old, there would have been an attempt for its preservation. Here in Bombay, collegians spend their time in hurling coins and other hard stones at the chhatri to see if their aim is strong enough. In Kanheri, charred remains of drug users, fires, plastic and cellophane garbage of visitors, and last but not the least, the amorous graffiti engraved on the walls by heartless Indian tourists. For all the Sanskriti that we keep harping about, what is the difference between us and the Taliban who dynamited the two Buddhas at Bamia?
एक तरफ कोई देश की इज्जत के लिए जान दे रहा है, तो दूसरी तरफ कोई देश की इज्जत को नीलाम कर रहा है.
We as Indians should understand that tourism contributes to the capital of our country. India attracts a large number of tourists because of its culture and its monuments, which in turn is contributing to the tourism, which in turn is contributing to the capital of our country. So we need to be very conscious about this, and we need to stop such kind of behavior against towards tourism.
एक तरफ कोई हमारी संस्कृति की परवरिश कर रहा है, तो दूसरी तरफ कोई उस संस्कृति का अपमान कर रहा है.
By us, they've been built by our great ancestors. We have no right to destroy the beauty of such monuments. It not only destroys the beauty of monuments, but it also leaves ugly marks on the minds of tourists. Hence, we should stop this and restore the beauty of our monuments.